Well, g'day guys, how's it going? Out here in the shop with the Travmeister, and we've got in today the Toyota 4Runner with the 4-liter V6 engine. And what we are doing here is we've just reached, we're a little over 8,000 kilometers on this vehicle, and what we're about to do is complete the oil change on this vehicle. Now, I did remove the skid plate already. You have to remove the little front piece and then the entire skid plate itself, and then there's another little trap door that you open underneath as well, and that is to access the oil drain bolt area on the 4Runner here. So we're just going to set you guys down here, and we're going to start getting the oil out of the vehicle, which is fairly straightforward. Again, you need a 10 millimeter socket and a 12 millimeter socket and a 14 millimeter socket for the drain bolt, which I have already cracked loose here. So we're just about to drain the oil now. It does use zero W20 oil. It is a full synthetic oil, which is a must. It's required in this vehicle. So what we're going to do here now is just get the drain bolt off of this here, which is fairly simple to do. Again, I've already cracked everything loose. So from this point here, we're just going to remove the oil pluggy-dooey thing, and that is going to allow the oil out of our engine, like so. Like so. And of course, we're just going to clean off the old drain bolt thingy, like so. And we'll just allow that to drain for a moment. And I just gotta get some paper towels to clean up this. Clean up that bolt a little bit. And while that is draining, guys, we'll just bring this back up here on top of the engine here, and we'll set you guys down here like so. Sorry, guys. Okay, and while that's draining, I like to clean off the drain bolts a little bit. I'm not sure if it's magnetized. A lot of them are. No, they don't magnetize the tip of the drain bolt on the Toyota 4Runner, I guess, the 2019 model. So while that's well, the Dewey is doing its thing. Oh, that's all cleaned off nicely. I like to pop this little cover. It's just a plastic cover on the top of the engine. I like to remove that out of the way, just so we don't get oil on anything in all over the top here. And we'll remove the fill cap as well. That'll actually aid in the draining of the oil, as it'll allow a little bit of airflow in there, right? Great. Okay. So we'll bring you guys back down underneath here, and we'll just have a little look and see at what's going on with the draining process. It's down to a drip there now, guys. So I guess now that we're down to a little drippy dewy, so slide this over. That oil's nice and warm too. We actually just got home. So the vehicle is nice and warm. We'll let that drip for another minute. Drip, 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 drip. Alright, so we'll give this one more little dabbity-do, and then we'll get the plug going back in there. Like so. Got another little up and down. Like that. Like that. I hear one of my daughters calling me. Come on in. I already have the video going. If you want to come over here, say hi to everybody. It's down here on the floor here. Okay, sorry about the light here, guys. I just got to put some light on this for a minute. That little light of mine. What's that, Koi?
Sorry, I was taking so long.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. What she was doing there. You can see where the camera is. You can see what it can see. You're going to be the camera girl, so say hi to everybody. They can hear you in the background.
Hi.
You're going to be the camera girl. And we do have to switch this over, I believe, to the 12mm now to put this cover back on. We're just tightening up the cover now on the oil drain plug. Make sure that's nice and straight as well. And if you notice, guys, I moved my oil bucket over quite a bit because you don't want to go dropping your tools in your oil bucket. It's not fun to have to go fishing in the oil bucket. And you just want to snug these guys up nice and snug like that. So we're good there now. Can you throw that out for me, please? Yeah, you can throw that rag out for me, please, sure. Okay, we're just going to back up this light, and we're going to bring this plug back this direction with us. So that is the oil drained from the system. Now we are actually going to get on to the oil filter. So what we want to do now is just kind of move some of this stuff up. Let's see if we can see the oil filter now. So we're going to angle this up just a little bit right here on the floor, see? If you can step over, go that way if you want, and you just make sure that it can see everything that we're doing here. What everybody needs to see. Just watch you don't trip on the wire. Are you good? There you go. Watch the camera with your boot. Okay, very good. Now this is what we're working on right here, Koya. Can you see the part I'm touching right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're working on next. And this is the oil filter. So what we're going to do, and this is going to be a pain in the rear ender, is it? Because this centerpiece is not going to want to cooperate, is it? I was afraid of that happening. So let's see if we can get just that centerpiece to pop loose. And it's not going to want to, is it? I don't want to take the whole filter with it. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I got it, guys. Okay. I actually got it. I don't believe it. I'm just going to grab something on my fingers so I don't get oil completely all over me. And we'll just get this center piece off. Not too much oil should come out of this piece though, because it's got a little plunger that has to come out of there. So let's just see what they mean here. You gotta bear with me too, guys. This is the first time that I do a Toyota 4Runner. So we got that little thingy off, like so. And we're just gonna clean that up like this. Nice.
You're using one of your old shirts?
I am. It's got an O-ring on it. So there's not much to that, guys. You just kind of, you pop this guy off like that, and it's got a little O-ring in it like that, which we will be replacing. So now in the oil filter kit, you have this little plunger dewey is what we're going to call it. Like so. And I guess this is to drain the oil out of the filter. So I guess we just take that like this, and I guess we just kind of push that up inside there somehow.
What is that?
It's to drain the oil out of the filter. You gotta push quite hard on it. And I guess that's how you take the oil out of the oil filter. So now that we've got that out of the way.
It looks gross.
That's just oil. A little bit of oil on the fingers. A little bit of oil on the fingers, eh? Geez, Toyota, I'm telling you. I don't know why they would do such a thing like that.
How the heck do you open that?
The hood?
Up.
You just pull the release and away she goes. So now we have here in the toolie box, we have the Toyota oil filter wrench right here. See, there's only one way that really goes on there. Two. Oh, is that ever on there? Oh. Like so. Okay, so this is going to prop our filter. Boy, Toyota makes this messy, do they ever, eh? Having a leak. Should have just done it like this in the first place instead of playing on that stupid little cap thing. For sure. Okay, so we've got it here like this, and then I hold it over this like this, and then we'll move this over to the garbage where this filter element is going to go. It comes out like that. Boom. And then we'll continue to clean off this here excessive oil on here. Dump the rest of that out. And now we're just going to clean this guy up a little bit here. So if you want to, you can pick that camera up if you want. And you can shine it this way. Yeah, just watch your screen, what you're videoing. You're all good. Good job. Again, guys, my daughter is the camera girl here for us today. And she's doing a mighty fine job. So she's a little bit shaky and stuff at it. Again, keep in mind she's free help.
Okay.
Right? And she likes learning this stuff too with her father. Do ya? Do ya? So we're just gonna clean this up a little bit. Like so. And I always like to take a little brake cleaner. And I just spray stuff with a little shot of the old brake cleaner like so. And that just kind of evaporates all of the oil and grease and all that crapola off of this like so. Oh yeah, it does a nice job. And the nice thing with brake cleaner is it doesn't hurt any of the plastic parts as well. It is what it is.
It smells weird.
Yeah, it does. It's got kind of a strong smell to it, eh? Okay, so now that we've got that all cleaned up, like so. So there's what we have, guys, is there she be like that. Now is what we're going to grab here, if I can just squeeze behind you a little bit, please. And you're going with your camera. Keep your camera this way. Yeah, you can just got to stay there, that's all. So we're just going to pull this little rubber O-ring now off, like so. That O-ring is completely garbage because the kit comes with a new cartridge filter and it comes with some new O-rings. I'm using the Pro Select. It's a commercial filter, part number 27173. You can purchase that at Napa Auto Parts is where I like to get my filters from. And it is just as good as an OEM filter, if not better. So we're just going to take here and we're just going to get this filter, this ring started on this filter housing like so, and you just kind of stretch it into place like so. You want to make sure that it's completely seated in its proper position. Its proper position is not all the way down here. It is up here just at the base of the threads is where you want to be with that. And of course, this little Dewey filter, this ring here on the base of the filter, you just want to place that gently in where it belongs like so. It takes a little bit of pressure all the way around it to get it to seat in position. And is what you want to do there, guys, is you just want to take a little bit of your motor oil, clean or dirty, it doesn't matter. And you want to put it on that top of that ring like so. Like so. And now you want to take your cap, oops, your cap here, and you want to get your cap into place like so, and you just want to put that cap on. And is what you want to do there, just clean my fingers a bit, you want to make sure that your threads are going, that your rubber ring is going to seal completely properly inside that cap. And to do so, you're just going to give this a turn, and you don't want to over tighten it either, guys. You just want it like a half a grunt, like that. Okay, so once you get that half grunt, you should be good to go there. So again, we're going to go and we're just going to spray that up with a little bit more brake cleaner. Brake cleaner is amazing stuff for removing dirt, grime, and oil. So, and again, brake cleaner does not hurt rubber parts. So, boom. Okay. And of course, you want to take a little dab of oil again on your finger, and you want to dab it onto your ring here. And the idea behind dabbing oil on that ring is to keep it nice and lubricated as you thread it back on, so it doesn't bind up on anything during the installation process. This whole ring is garbage here. where it belongs. So now we're going to take our cartridge filter. And the cartridge filter, it does not matter which direction it goes in. It is identically the same on both sides. So we are just going to take and push this filter down into place. And you'll notice there's a little bit of resistance on it. That is completely normal. It doesn't want to pop down for some reason or another. Why is that not popping downwards? Oh, there you go. Okay. I got it now. You hear like a little bit of a, you hear like a little click. Okay. Now, when you get to this step, you always want to pause for a moment. You want to take a little sip of the Milwaukee's Best Ice, of course. There's to the job half done. Okay. So now we want to get back under the vehicle. And we're ready to install our oil filter. And again, Toyota oil filter wrench, Amazon.ca or Amazon.com if you're in the USA, of course. Relatively cheap. We're just going to slide this a little bit of the ways, and we're going to get some light up in here though. A little bit of light up under the filter housing. And
I think this is good here.
yeah, as long as you can see what I'm working on, it's all good. Oh, I'm just going to wipe some of the debris here off of the filter housing. I do see a little bit of gunk in there. So we just want to clean that up a little bit like that. Now this process goes for pretty much any Toyota 4Runner with the V6 engine, whether it be the TRD Pro or off-road, or it really doesn't matter. They're all basically the same. And we're just going to bring this housing back up into place here, like so. And one thing you want to do, guys, is make sure that you do not cross thread anything on these filters, putting them back in. Now, when you get to this point here, things start to get real tight, and that is very, very normal. You can hear the you can hear things snugging right up there now. Now we're going to put our filter wrench on here, and there's only one way this can go on. The three sides go there like so, and this you want to give it one grunt like that. You do not want to over tighten your filter cap, that is for sure. Okay, now after we do that, now is what we want to do is my assistant can bring the camera up top here now, and I'm sure she can place it maybe around here somewhere, like maybe something like this.
I can make sure it doesn't fall.
Yep, that's what you're going to do right there, like that. So if you go ahead and just put your hands here and hold it down like that so it doesn't move anywhere. And is what we're going to do now is get ourselves some oil. Now, Toyota states that this holds 6.6 quarts of oil. So this is superior quality synthetic motor oil, pure virgin base oil, high performance additives, API, 5 approved, recommended for all vehicles, gasoline, turbocharged motors. So we are using, I like to use the Napa oil here. We're using a Napa oil, which is a 0W20. And again, guys, you want to make sure it's virgin oil. Virgin meaning that it's never been used. I'm joking. Now, let me just cut this open here. Bada boom. La da da dee dee dee. take and put this in here like this. And it's to get this to pour without that ever thin oil. I just use a cut-off bottle as a funnel. That seems to work fine. Oh, that's 5 liters of oil right there. Into there. At this point here, if you just want to back that way.
With this?
Yeah, just back right up. Keep facing this way and just back it up. I'm going to squeeze by you like this. Because what we want to do now is we want to take the dipstick out of the engine here. Right? That's what we're just going to do now is we just want to see if we're actually touching the dipstick now with some oil. So in she goes. And then we'll just pull this out like this and see if we're actually on the dipstick. It's very hard to see. I'm just going to try that one more time because it's very, very hard to see actually. So let's go back in with that one more time. Now keep in mind we have to run the engine. Okay, so that's showing that the oil is pretty damn close to where we need it to be. So is what we're going to do now at this point is put a little wee bit more oil in, and then we'll cycle it through for a second and check for any leaks underneath the vehicle. And then we've got to put the skid plate and everything back together, which is sometimes a wee bit of a hassle to do. There's some kind of marking on the container, but there is not, so we're just going to put more oil down in there. Moment like this. Screw this on here like this. Now if we can just pull that dipstick one more time here. Just see where we are exactly. We'll give that a wipe off like that. And in she goes. I want it to read just about full is what I'm looking for that to read. Like so. That looks pretty good. So now at this point, we have to check for leaks. Okay, so we're just going to run the engine up here real quickly. Wait a moment. So. And we're just going to check for leaks quickly. good, nothing's leaking. And now we're just going to squeeze back in over here, have a look at the dipstick, and top off the oil level to what it should be. At this point, it just filled the filter and whatnot, right? The base of the engine. What are we reading here now? We're reading. So now it's telling me to add oil. See? So this is a bit of a tedious process, this guys, because the oil comes in such a large jug that there's no real way of measuring exactly how many quarts unless I had a measuring container. So this part is a wee bit tedious, but once you get it right, then you're good to go. That must be getting close there now. Sorry, I gotta keep coming by you like this. Sorry guys, I gotta keep cutting in front of the camera. I'm sorry. One thing we don't want to do is run our 4Runner with an improper amount of oil, and that's reading excellent on the dipstick. It's not very clear for some reason, that camera right now, but it is what it is. So let's do one more check. And I know I'm obsessive about this part, guys, but like I said, your engine relies on this. So, and we're reading exactly what we should be reading. So there she be. Now is what we're going to continue on with is, hopefully I don't teach you guys a new language. Probably won't, because my daughter's here in the shop. But now we have to try and get the good old skid plate back on. So we're going to close this up like so, and lay that part in there. This guy here can go back on the engine. It's just pushes on like so. So we're done under the hood portion. Now we're going to go back underneath the vehicle here, and we're going to take. Remove the old oil pan out with the load, and come under here with the.
I'm going to set it down and see if it gets down.
Now we're going to put this skid plate back in. So this is where the skid plate goes, like so. And then we want some of these skid plate bolts, like so. Not in right here. I can't see the hole is there and the hole is there. The hole is there. The hole is there. There, right there. I think I got it, guys. Yeah, I got it. I've got it. Here's where it gets real tricky on the 4Runner. Is you need an extra set of hands in here. Or a knee. I got it with a knee. Okay. Now that you get one in, we just got 4 more of these. Oh, Toyota, 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 why do you do this? You know, I think they do this because their mechanics are paid by the hour. I'm almost sure that's the whole idea. I didn't like the feel of how this one was jostling in there. Let's try that again. Whatever you do, you don't want to strip one of these going in. See, that's tight. If it feels tight, don't force it, because you do not want to strip one of these. See how this will kind of jostle around a little bit? If you line it up exact, it won't bind, it won't, there you go. See how simple it goes? You get it exactly right on. And now we're going to get a wrench on it here. And I like to just give that a little, not too much, like that. You don't want to tighten the crap out of it either, because you know that it's got to come back off again when it's oil change time again. You never want to over tighten anything. So we're good like that. And then we can change this out to this guy. All this for an oil change, guys. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy Toyota. That's all I can say there. That's really about all I can say about it. Why Toyota? Why? Oh, we need one of those little pins in the middle of this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I think that was a... am I seeing things here? I'm seeing things. That goes there. We got another one of those has to go right here. So there you have it, guys. I don't know if Toyota's just trying to discourage people from working on their own vehicle. I don't know. It doesn't discourage me. This is just a bit of a pain in the ass, though, having to take all this apart for an oil change. And you could wiggle it around without having to take that front piece of shroud out, but it's fuck for an extra minute. For an extra minute, hey, it is what it is. One quarter of a grunt, guys, when you're tightening these down. Oops, this one right here. So we're done with that. This little piece here, I wasn't sure if it had to come off or not. I realize now that it did not have to come off at all. But again, I was just learning. So if you want to pass me these little clippy doos here, you can get those all put back into place, like so. I wasn't sure that that had to come off or not. I just gave it a little popping off anyways, just in case. I wasn't sure what was behind it. I was actually more curious than anything. But now that I see what it's all about, I realize next time. There's one more. Isn't there?
No.
No, there isn't. Oh no, there isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're good. So that's it for that, guys. Pick up these, and these, and this can go back there. Now, it also states in there to check your torque on your, they call it a propeller shaft, and we all know what a propeller shaft is. It's, this isn't a boat, guys. It's a vehicle, so they call the propeller shaft a propeller shaft. It is a propeller shaft, again. If you want to look at it that way, again, I say it's not a boat. I call it a drive shaft. Toyota calls it a propeller shaft. So you do have to check your bolts on your drive shaft. The torque specs are in the book. I'm not sure offhand what they are. I'm going to go and check that out in a few moments before I get underneath there. And I'm going to check those. And it does also mention greasing your shaft as well, which I am going to be doing in the next few moments. I have right here, I use a Lucas Extra. It's a heavy duty grease. It's a Molly grease. So I'm just going to slide back underneath on the shaft and rub some grease. It's where the shaft slides in and out on it when you're going over rough terrain and whatnot. It is important to grease it. It keeps things moving freely and whatnot. So definitely take care of your 4Runner routine maintenance, and it'll definitely take care of you for many years. I mean, I hear guys putting 300,000 kilometers on these things, no problem. So there you have it, guys. Oil change on a 2019 Toyota 4Runner limited edition. Don't be shy to go ahead and do your own oil changes, guys. Just remember Amazon.ca, get yourself the Toyota oil filter wrench, because it'll really save you a lot of a hassle in there. I mean, I have wrenches like you wouldn't believe. I've got so many different kinds. It's nice to use the proper one for the job. So there she is, guys. Take care. We'll see you again next video.
Can I click it?
Mm-hmm.